Hello friends, welcome to this session of Rolls to Die For, where Magic the Gathering content creators go to ignite their sparks in Dungeons & Dragons. Last we left off, our adventurers were confronted by a gang of prisoners in the dead of night. Aria and Evelyn lost their mattresses in a scuffle. They and Cookie receive letters explaining their issues from the day prior, and are left confused to sleep the rest of the night. Ray is haunted by a vivid dream. Barnabas has been dealing with these invaders that had come in during the middle of the night. Aria spots a sneaky Samuel. Galene performs a mocking song about the gang attackers of her friends. Cookie witnesses a Tabaxi officer almost kill a guard. Grayson follows through with the item exchange. And Ray and Evelyn are exhausted from a hard day's work. The group explores around the power pieces of the boat. After some debate, after the conversation and debate, Galene accepts the protection and joins the unknown. Aria reveals that she has already accepted Val's group, the Radagats Riots. And last off, we have Evelyn sneaking off from the main group to go into the coal yard. After a brief moment, a figure jumps out of the shadows and pulls them off to the side. She sees an elven figure with purple and black braided hair pulled back into a bun, donned with black leather armor and a short flowing cape to their back. Evelyn is bombarded instantly with questions by her friend before they take a deep breath. Why would you say that? What do you mean? Why would they do that? Why did that happen?
One question to start.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was asking him to pick one.
Oh, pick one. Sorry. I thought that was like a DM. Hold on.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ren, hold on.
We'll start with this. Why would you let them do that?
Do what?
You told me that it's all separated now.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't. I don't think that's what they wanted.
Well, I mean, we're assuming.
Sorry, I'm moving my camera so I can stare at your guys' faces while I talk to you.
They want all of them, right? So, like, if we can split them up, then they can't get them all at once. And, I mean, the people I'm hanging with are pretty capable, so I feel like it's going to be harder. They'd have to get every single one of them. And then we could take my piece and get it back home. Well, and they could start studying it now.
That's a good point.
Figure out.
That's a good point. Take out, if you have your note on you, just take out your note. Let's reread it real quick.
Hang on.
I think I remember most of it.
Let me scroll back in my note. Okay. Yeah. You want me to just read it?
Yeah. Just, I want to know specifics because I was worried that it doesn't go with our mission.
The note this is the note I wrote to Ren?
No. Oh, here, and then Ren pulls out. Ren pulls out their note and unfolds it, and is like, okay, so it does say to just stop it from happening, and they were fine with it being intercepted, but it worries me that, like, what if who knows what your friends are? Like, you've just met them. What if they do bring it all the way through and we didn't intercept it? I would feel way better if they just stayed with us and we saw where the end of that train went.
But then if something goes wrong, that falls on us. Like, if we can...
I think it always fell on us. Right?
Yes, but I'd rather it didn't. Like, I've already...
Okay. Best case scenario. Yes, sorry.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen each other in a while. I should have started at catching up. I'm sorry.
You think we were set up to fail?
I mean,
this is our first mission, and it's really big. I feel like they're trying to just, like, they want us to fail so they can pin it on us.
Listen,
and then it's not their fault.
From what I can see from above, which is a lot, by the way, they have a lot of information on everybody that's in this area. Like, they see everything. They have eyes down there. They have people who come up and report things to the higher up. Whatever this dance is, I don't think it's just for us.
No, I mean the people back home. You think they set us up to fail?
They never come out of home. They probably have just been talking through messages. They probably don't get the whole picture, you know? You can only receive so much in text.
Yeah, but, like,
I don't
I
think
feel
they
like
knew
this
what
is
they were
our,
gonna
this
give
is our
us.
first mission, and they gave us something massive. Like this is like the fate of like the Titans and everything on our hands. Like that seems like a lot for.
But
Man,
all
we
we
just left
need to get is
school,
just a couple rocks. It's not. I
and
think. I think the level of it was kind of our, our playground, right? We just get a couple rocks. We
I've
get
never
out.
been to this. I've never been to the surface before. We're way in over our head.
Honestly, like, I understand. I understand how we're freaked out, but we can see the end goal, right? We can see how we
I
can finish this.
so you kind of know what they know up top.
Okay. I don't know
Did
what
they
they
see that?
know. It.
Do they know about the fight in
What
the
fight?
main? So we were all I think we were going back to our cells, and like everything kind of stopped, and then everyone disappeared, and like these figures showed up and started like fighting us.
You see Ren like pull out a piece of paper and immediately start writing all of this down.
Yeah, write this down. So like, do they know about? Was that planned? Is that part of this? I don't know. Whatever this is, that's part of our punishment. Or are they testing us? Or like
Who attacked
that?
you?
I don't know. There were like all these figures that were different colors, like the same colors as like the little
The
stones, and like this seems really bigger than I can handle. We can handle.
like Ren
We're
stops.
kids.
Ren stops for a second, kind of looks at you and is like, honestly, that does not sound like anything that they would put us through. I don't think that's them. I don't think they knew that was going to happen. Honestly,
Well,
I'm sorry that you went through that. And I do remember you guys looking kind of rough after that first night.
yeah, we got beat up, and like no one else saw it, and no one up there saw it either.
My rounds looked kind of weird yesterday. Or was that yesterday night or 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago. My rounds looked kind of weird 2 nights
Time
ago.
isn't real.
You see like behind Ren immediately is like turns around and starts like putting back on their guard outfit, like putting their arms in the slots, and grabs the helmet, and Ren like shows you the bottom of the helmet. It's like, look, it's like wood on the inside. It's like not even real. It's not comfortable. Listen,
Well,
I do have a plan. So I didn't want to pull you off to the side and give you all of this like doomsday feelings. I promise. I do think that we still need your friends for this plan. So however it works out, whenever we want to secure our mission, we can do that. But the friends have to at least come to us to get off this boat. What if we use my access, because it looks like there's some kind of access card or some kind of like a route, like there's like a route where I can travel, and like Ren points off to the side to like what looks just to be like a flat door on the side of the coal yard, and it's like there's a walkway on the inside of the wall there that leads up to the guardrails that are upstairs. If I could get you guys to the guardrails, all we have to do is go through the anti-magic chamber, which that's a whole nother story. I almost got caught there. That was a freak out session. But we go through the anti-magic chamber, and I do know that somebody on this boat is working with some kind of weird, I don't know, it's like a scavenger vessel or pirate vessel right outside of the boat. What if we just like join whoever that is, get onto their boat, and get out of here?
are we sure we can trust them? And like then what do you mean get out of
Absolutely
here?
not.
We take all the pieces back home, or
That sounds fine by me, because like that's the plan accomplished. I don't know where we intervene and get these pieces from your friends. Maybe we just ask. I don't know.
this
Maybe
isn't
they'll
really
give it to us.
a very put together plan you've got. It's
But
not
there's a
exactly
boat on the
filling you with
outside.
confidence. Can we trust the boat on the outside?
That's where you guys come in. I think I need you guys to figure out whose boat that is outside, because there's a person that I've spotted swimming from that boat into some area on the side of our boat and then swimming away from it. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's like a messenger or something. I do know that there's magic where you can message at a distance, or if there's actual. I mean, there was one time where they had a box, but that's
kind of
beside the
box?
point. It was just like a small like box, and they like swam up to the boat, and then they swam away from the boat, and there was no box. But whoever you know that gets stuff from nowhere, maybe start there.
No, never mind. Actually, Evelyn's gonna do the size of the box that we just bought from Ye Old Store. The grappling hook box, roughly this big.
No, it was like almost like a crate, and it was a lot lighter in color. It was like wood.
Well, I didn't tell you what color it was.
Oh,
but
sorry. I've seen you guys get that hook thing. I didn't fully get to see in the action because I can't see inside of Gracian's shop, but I did see you guys walk out. One of your friends, your Tiefling, was just walking around with it underneath their arm.
So that's a blind spot.
Yeah, I don't see anything in that shop, and I don't see very much inside your guys' cells. I see the very beginning of your guys' cell, but I don't see like all the way through your cell.
Can you like pull some strings so they stop taking my mattress?
Oh, that's the Golden Seal. Yeah, they're a little clique. I don't talk to anyone from the Golden Seal, but I do talk to that Tabaxi. I actually bumped into that Tabaxi, and I almost gave away my position. I pinned it on some other guard, though, and I don't think it turned out too well for that guard. But I'm safe, so that's all that matters for me. Anyway.
If you get yourself killed, I'm going to murder you.
Listen, I've gotten away from 3.
I will learn the magic to bring you back from the dead, and I will murder you myself.
1, 2, 3. I've gotten away from 3 sneaky scenarios. I'm great. This is phenomenal for me.
No more sneaky. Okay.
We're gonna be heroes. We're gonna go back. Everyone's gonna love us. I can envision this. I'm manifesting this. We got this.
All right.
All right. So the next part of my plan is I need all of your friends together. And the information of who has this boat on the outside. I need you guys to meet me. I have a couple key card access things that allow me to get through the anti-magic chamber. The anti-magic still goes off, so don't even try to have any spells going before you go in there, but it allows us through it. I'll give you guys all your anti-magic cards, and then when you get the information, I'll be sending you messages in your bunk. Let me know that you got the information, and we'll get out of here. It's just that simple.
You keep saying this simple, but I don't know if you're hearing yourself explain all of the parts of this that are not simple.
I got a place to go. I know how to get there, and there's a boat on the outside. You just need to fill in the little minor details of the information.
Fine.
Yeah, good. How are you?
Vibing, doing great. I'm in a prison boat. We're both in a prison boat.
I bet you wish you were a guard, weren't you?
Yeah, you really just had to leave me like that in the alley, did you? Huh?
I couldn't stop them. They grabbed you and were already off. Actually, it was in the prison. You were already kind of in the prison. Like,
whose fault is that? You helped me.
Like I said,
punish that guy.
I've been getting out of all these scenarios, so I think it's just your lack of skill, probably. Starts to twirl the knife in their hand and just like looks at it.
All right.
Do you need anything else from me?
I don't think so.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Stay safe.
And if that Tabaxi comes by and is looking for a guard with a really, really unnecessarily big nose, I don't know why I picked that disguise for my guard. You never saw me, and like you see Ren's face like change into this like human with like this really, really large like swollen nose, and then puts the helmet on and like goes into the shadows.
Yeah, that was a style choice, wasn't it?
And you are left alone in this dark coal yard chamber.
All right, dinner. We're going to dinner. I'll go to whatever. I forget what time of day it is.
Yeah,
I'll go to wherever we're doing right now.
The dinner bell just rang. The rest of the party has just met up with Galtia outside of the dining hall.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys would like to do at good old dinner? Headed in there, you guys smell a beautiful array of fresh breads and almost like a cheddar-based soup in the air. Smells like a fresh bakery, and all the guards are wearing their little hairnets and still their guard shirts, and they're serving the food in the line as you guys come through.
Ray rushes over to get food.
It's pretty good stuff. Galtia is like, I love soup day, and immediately starts like grabbing like 2 extra loaves of bread, and the guard slaps Galtia's hand and takes the other loaf of bread away from Galtia.
Protect this man at all costs.
I know. It's growing on me.
He helped me the first day. Friends
He's
forever.
a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, Aria's just gonna go through the line like usual. Get some soup. It's good soup and bread.
Yeah.
Good soup.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do specifically during dinner time? The crowd looks to be about the same. Everyone's not eating as fast as you usually see for lunch. You see Barnabas standing in the middle, like preparing his instrument. Like he hasn't started playing yet, but he's like been prepared, like trying to like get it all ready and stuff.
So I'm assuming that like as normal, Galtia sits with us. So like as we sit down, I'm gonna just kind of like offer him my piece of bread, and then say like, so I talked to Urung, and he gave me this, and I'm gonna kind of subtly show him the. He looks down and smiles and goes, I think you made a good choice. And like he lifts up his lapel and he's got one on the inside of his shirt and like covers it up again. That's great. Did he say, well, like what you could do to like especially help? No, I assume it's probably maybe my music. I'm pretty good at music. Oh, he told me I could break up fights, and I haven't broken up a fight yet, but he told me I'd break up fights. I think you'd be really good at that. Thank you. Immediately starts eating again.
Can I ask Galtia, are you close or know anybody from any of the other like groups, like the Radagats riots, or like do you tend to stay away from those people?
After you say that out loud, he like looks around to see like if he notices anybody else from the unknown near him. He like leans in. He's like, I just wouldn't go around saying like who you're interested in because people are pretty cliquey here about who belongs to who. Yeah, I mean,
good to know.
I know everybody in the unknown. I don't know everybody in the other one specifically. There's other people who just don't choose a side as well.
If somebody did choose a different side, how do you act toward them? Are you mean, or do you just kind of ignore them?
I usually wait for direction from higher, unless they're being a problem, and I understand in the moment that they're probably a problem, then I handle it myself. But usually I just wait till someone gives me an order.
Do you think that the groups inherently conflict with their goals?
What? Galtia doesn't understand what you're asking.
Is there ever any tension between the groups?
Well, I've never broken up a fight. And I know that sometimes people meet and they have discussions, but I'm not allowed to go to those, so that's all I really know. I've been protected so far, so that's all I really care about. And I get a lot of food.
Cookie just like mutters under his breath, like, oh, this one's not super bright, is he?
He doesn't hear you.
Ray shakes their head. Just continuing to eat the soup. Just listening.
I mean,
Aria's just gonna eat her food and be quiet because she knows she may have, not saying it's a mistake, but gotten into something a little prematurely.
A choice was made.
Mm-hmm. And it may have been wrong.
About this time, Kinley walks up to the table, and you see Kinley just kind of like sleight of hand something to Galtia. If anyone would like to clock this and notice it, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I do. I'm sitting right next to him.
You get with advantage then.
Great.
Oh,
no.
Sweet. Dirty 20.
Do I only have spin downs
I
next
have
to me?
disadvantage.
Hold on. No, I have
I need to
a
grab
regular
my
dice.
dice too.
Okay, it's 15.
Okay.
DM gets dice as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's not great. Wait, 9 and a 12, but I get something to it. For perception, 16.
16, and then Ray, you said you got 20?
Well, I got a dirty 20, but then I remembered I have disadvantage, so I got a 15.
15? Okay.
That's still pretty good.
Actually, yeah, with disadvantage, a 15. We're really watching him.
Yeah. Anyone with
He is baby must be protected.
Day one, he helped me when I was faking the work. So we're
I can't
basically
show you guys
besties.
it. I can't show you guys it, but it's a natural 20.
Oh.
So you see
He's super
Galtia
dumb
kind of
on
like look off to the side, and then and then like smiles and like goes back to whatever he was doing.
Actual puppy dog human being.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to do anything else while you guys are dining out? Evelyn, do you rejoin the group pretty quick, or do you wait a little bit before you join? Okay.
No, I'm
Do
trying
I
to...
see that bard that's been so mean to me?
You do. He's getting ready in the middle. It looks like he's about to perform a song for everybody.
I wonder if I should do something.
Should do something.
Not
I'll
this
pitch
guy
in.
again.
I'll pitch in.
I can't stand this guy. I'm gonna just kind of right before he starts, sort of roll my eyes and be like, hopefully he's not as flat this time. And I'm gonna try to like say it just loud enough that
Just
like
loud
the
enough
people around
for-
me can hear.
For him
No,
to
he
hear?
might not,
or-
but just
okay.
just the people around me.
Yeah.
Sow some discontent.
Everyone's kind of like the tables that are right next to you guys have like Ingo in it, and there's Otis. You see Samuel's like across that table from them. They all like look up at you and go,
You know, it's okay. Amateurs often are a little bit off pitch, but with some practice, I think that he'll improve.
it's yeah. And so they nod and they immediately turn, and like Barnabas like stops like what he was doing to see that everyone turned to him, and he's like not used to it, and he's like and like kind of like psychs himself out a little bit and like gets back into the mode, and he starts playing, and it's pitchy. It's not the best, but it's passable for Barnabas.
I'm gonna whisper over to Galtia. I told you. Ugh.
Ray just starts like chuckling to make the situation worse for him.
Is Urang in dinner in the dining hall?
Is Urang? Yeah, you actually see Urang, not at the table with Samuel and Ingo and Otis, but the table next to it with Emerald, another red tiefling, him, and a female elf in like a white gown. But you haven't met either. You've met them, but you didn't get their names of the male red tiefling and the female elf in the white gown that are with Urang.
So we've collected our items here, but we could probably use a favor from Urang's crew. Galene, would you want to walk over there and
Galene.
Galene, sorry, walk over there with me and see if Urang has anything that needs done, because we could really use a favor.
Oh, sure. Let's walk so that we can purposely look away from the performance.
Yes,
Here,
yes.
let's go this way.
Cold shoulder.
And so I'm
literally.
gonna just kind of like take their arm as we walk and make it so that we purposely walk past and can look away and ignore Barnabas performing
Okay.
subtly.
Yeah. Barnabas is busy doing his thing. He's already trying to not make eye contact with you guys, so he, it lets it happen, and you guys walk by without an issue.
Yeah.
Nice.
As you approach Urang's table, Galtia notices that you're heading to Urang's table and immediately gets up and then starts to follow you guys to go over to you guys' table as well. You show up and Urang kind of is like eating his soup and looks up at you guys like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Hey, is this
Hey.
space free?
By all means, go ahead. Hey, Purnima, could you give a little bit of space? And the red male tiefling kind of like moves over to the sides, like just like growling instead of like talking. So
I know we just
go ahead.
spoke earlier, but is there anything that you need done around the ship here? We really want to get on your good side here and be as helpful as we can.
Is this you're talking about, like forced contract with everybody in your group or just you? I need to know a little bit of parameters before I start shouting orders.
Well, it's a general we.
I have a very specific skill set, and I would love to help, but
Off in the distance, Ray is just staring at the conversation, just like nodding,
Would that
indicating that
matter?
they're with the group.
Would that matter? Is there anyone in our group that you'd have an issue with?
It's just, I kind of work a person-to-person basis. I like to get to know somebody before I kind of just tell them what to do, because I don't want to make Galtia here, and Galtia's like staring at his roll that's on his plate, or his loaf, and he's like, I'm not going to ask Galtia here to go talk to the guards and, chit-chat the day away, so I'm just trying to get a feel for a little bit more about you guys, so I'm a little bit safer with this. I know I look like a big, tough, I'm gonna knock down a door, man, but that's not me. I'm a real softy at heart, so.
That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to build a bond with you, and build that relationship. So, I come from a hard-working background where, a deed was done, an eye for an eye, so to say. Even a good deed for a good deed. So, if there's anything you need done, just let us know, and hopefully that helps us build that bond.
I mean, that sounds nothing but positive to me. Can I get your strong affirmation that you're going, I don't know if that's the right word, strong agreement that you will stay with us and not jump to another group and kind of tell them what we're doing?
that was a good word. I think that one was fit
yes,
well.
that's definitely the right word. Of course, yes. I'll pledge some loyalty here.
Okay,
I feel like that is a good step forward in our bond here.
All right, make sure you just head back to my cell after we're done eating here, and by the end of the night, I'll probably give you a little gift to ensure our friendship.
Great, good to know. I just wanted to make sure that was clear, because the last time we spoke, I don't know if I made that as apparent as I should have.
You did say you needed some time, but I saw you talking with your friends, and sounds like you got what you needed.
Perfect. All right, well, we'll come circle back around to that then.
Okay. Can I do anything else for you guys in the meantime?
No. That's all I had.
Enjoy your dinner. And he goes right back to eating, and without even looking, just hands his bread over to Galtia, and Galtia takes it and goes, hee. And doesn't eat it right away, but goes back
on
to
bread.
No such thing.
It's a big boy.
He's not a bird. He's not a kenku.
That's right. Speaking of some of your rivals that you guys have newly made last night, you don't see any of them in the dining hall with you guys.
Oh, that's a good question I didn't even think about.
They are not in the area. Of just a quick glance.
I'm gonna whisper over to Cookie. It was my song. I had a feeling.
Scared him off.
Yeah. It's a skill.
All right.
Lure them in, send them off,
Anything else you guys would like to do in the dining hall? It's starting to thin out a little bit. People have picked up their trays and returned it and are heading back out either to the social yard or their cells.
So I just like to get back with the main group and sort of check into where we're at.
I'm going to take a second before following Cookie back. I'm going to kind of hang at this table, kind of see what conversation happens. And then when my table starts to thin, I'll make my way back over to the group as well.
Okay. Yeah, the general talk of the table's very limited. You said you're staying at Ring's table?
Yeah.
Yeah, the talk's pretty limited during dinner. You kind of get like a subtle hint that maybe they don't like to talk about these like specific details in public. And it's very general, like, yeah, they must have added more water to the soup this time or something like that. I don't know, like small talk like that.
Okay.
You do get the names of the individuals at the table, however. Purnima is the red longhorned tiefling that is at the table. And Antiope is the elven female that is at the table with a long white dress. Galtia alludes that Purnima's not a big talker. Doesn't really speak common. And Antiope just seems to be a shy intellectual. Doesn't really say much, but when she does, it's pretty impactful to the conversation, even if it is small talk.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll walk back over to the group. Is it just us at our table then, or is Galtia still around?
Galtia, as soon as he got the bread from Urang, went straight back to the table you guys were originally at. So Galtia's still there.
Okay.
Galtia's like looking a little uneasy though. Like Galtia's probably gonna get up and leave soon.
Okay. So I'll just sort of make small talk until Galtia leaves.
Yeah, Galtia stands up when Urang stands up to leave the dining hall, and you see like Urang take a wide berth away from the turn and stuff to go by your guys' table and nods at you guys as he goes by, and then returns his stuff and then leaves. Galtia leaves as well. About this time, Barnabas is also finished with his set and puts his little, I think his violin away and packs all of his stuff up. And the only person left, like, other than you guys at the table is just his same old plain little human, Arndimidor, over in the corner of the room, just sitting there, just like watching Barnabas like this. And as soon as Barnabas goes to leave, Arndimidor follows him out. And it's just like the guards, you guys, and I think Samuel's still chilling at his table. Just like playing
Note
with
the
his soup.
lack of applause.
Single clap.
Mm-hmm. So Ray leans into everyone and just be like, okay, so what just happened?
All right.
He had a horrible performance. I don't know if you noticed, but he attempted to play some more classical stuff. Didn't go over well.
I couldn't even tell.
Wait, you couldn't tell that he did poorly, or that you
No,
couldn't
I
tell?
couldn't even tell that he was trying to play classic.
Oh yeah,
It was so
seriously,
bad.
couldn't even land it.
Mm-mm. But what did Boss Man say over there? Are we
Ring.
trying to get out of here?
So I think we're in a very good place comparatively to where we were before. Here we have that rod, right? We've got the rod, we've got the box with the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Those two things definitely help aid us in our escape off this ship.
Well, and it wasn't there. I want to look around, make sure. Do I sense anybody near me? I'm all weirded out from that invisible person.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me. You definitely
Okay.
still do see Samuel just like playing with like the remainders of his soup, like
Okay.
2 tables away, but that's it.
I mean, that was a 19 plus 4 for a 23.
Nice.
Let's go.
You get a strong sense that the guards are really trying to hurry up in the back, and they're not paying attention to anybody out there, and you don't really feel any type of a vibe in your area from what you can
Okay.
tell.
When we were chatting with Urang earlier, did any of you guys notice that hole that, like, he referenced? Like, there was some sort of, like, I don't know, passage?
Oh yes, that is. Was curious about that. It looked like perhaps you could fit through there.
I don't know. I felt like I could maybe fit, but I'm not sure where it would go. But I feel like your idea of getting in his good graces by maybe doing something to help him so that he would help us, I do agree that I think we're in a more advantageous position.
So
I may have someone who also can help us, but they're not going to do it without information.
what kind of information?
They say there's outside of this boat that we're on, there's another boat that I don't know is delivering stuff to this boat, or it's like a smaller boat. They want to know more about it and if this could be a potential escape route.
Do we know how often the boat comes, or do they know more about the boat? Or
I guess someone from the boat will swim from the smaller boat to this boat, which I don't know if that's how Grayson's
Is-
getting his wares.
You know, the smaller the boat, the easier it is to sink. So if our goal is to get back to the ocean,
Steal.
being on a
I think
smaller,
we want to steal the boat,
oh,
not sink it. But we could sink it later, maybe.
okay,
If you're really into that.
Mind
But I
here.
think we want to steal it first. This
I'm
is
not
Oh.
necessarily the best swimmer.
oh,
I mean, I swim
I
pretty
can
well,
teach
but
you.
I don't think they can, and they might die.
I will probably die.
oh.
okay. So we'll focus on stealing
Okay.
the boat first.
First, yes, yes.
So, who knew about this boat?
I'm not sure what all is being heard around here, so I'd rather not. I don't want to put them in danger.
Oh no, did you join one of the other factions? One of the other cliques?
I have not joined any clubs.
Wait, this could be
Oh.
brilliant. If more people join more clicks, we can get more information.
But you do have to be careful though, right, that we don't make that too apparent then, because if one clique gets word that we started working with the other one, they may drop us.
You may not
but-
trust us.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
this boat thing, I would say this could be one of two things. Just either it has some relation to Grayson and Grayson's shop, because that fella seems to have a lot of random items coming out of nowhere. Things that shipped here from who knows, although he does have contact with the guard, so maybe he gets them that way. Or Oorang's little portal there, perhaps, leads somewhere, maybe outside the boat. Maybe it's some sort of escape hatch, and he has access to the outside and is gaining power through that. Although it would seem weird that if Oorang had a direct portal to the outside, that he wouldn't just escape with the rest of his crew, because I believe that was kind of his thing.
His
that
MO.
started-
The box that Ren was describing, is that roughly the size of the box that Grayson's always like?
No,
Okay.
the one that Grayson's holding is more of like a traditional, like, you think of like a treasure chest looking box. I think Ren was trying to describe like a crate about the size of like your shoulder widths, like just like a crate.
Got it.
Do you describe the crate to us?
I can. They bring in this crate. They've been seen bringing in this crate. I don't know if that's.
Has
I don't know if
anyone
they're bringing
seen a
food
crate
in, or-
around?
At first, I thought it might be the box we just got, but
Yeah.
it's too small.
Do we know what Grayson's like goods arrive in, or if it arrives in a crate? Or
He doesn't
no, nothing in
disclose
that?
any of that information.
I guess we don't know. Has anyone in this group seen a crate in the last
You can.
24 hours?
I mean, Ren didn't give Evelyn enough of a description for you to like try to just intellectually try to remember a crate that you might have
History
seen.
check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I
give that
know.
kind of a check because it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I will be a little bit specific because I was very quick with it, but Ren did say the individual would come up to the boat and then leave the boat. The individual never disappeared into the boat. They only were able to get up to the boat and then leave the boat.
To the boat. Okay,
Oh.
okay.
And Ren described it as a scavenger vessel, a rough-looking scavenger vessel.
It's a rough-looking scavenger vessel.
Rough means that it's hard. It's easier to sink. Scavenger vessels are a little bit harder.
Galene, what's
We're not sinking.
what's
not
your obsession
sinking
with
yet,
sinking
not
it?
yet, not yet.
Please.
On the
Oh.
other hand of sinking, are you good at sailing ships? Would you be able, if we got on the ship, would you be able to move it without it sinking?
I can take care of that.
Okay.
I think my expertise lie in other areas.
I also have plenty of experiences sailing, so.
All right. I don't want to describe. We've seen invisible people around here, so I want to be careful.
I feel reasonably sure no
have-
one's here, but we might want to be just a little cautious because I also have seen invisible people here or
If we
heard them.
can, if we can get this information, this person can get us past the anti-magic field, and I trust that they can do this.
Ooh, that is one flaw in my plan that hasn't been addressed yet. Even if we make friends with the group, we convince them to cause a disturbance somewhere on the boat to draw the guards' attention, and we somehow miraculously grapple our way up to the top of the guard railing there. We don't know anything past that point, so you're saying there's an anti-magic field up there that we're gonna have to get through.
It sounds like there's like a key card or something that can disable it, and then once we're past there, they keep saying they have a plan, but
Well, that's certainly one more step.
Is there a
One more
way to
step.
find
Yeah.
out more about that plan, or is that plan in progress?
I think it's more in progress than they want to let on. But if I trust anyone on this ship, I trust them.
I thought we were really bonding.
We can be bonding. I just have bonded with them more. It's
There's-
nothing against you. You're a lovely singer. Yeah, we've got the trauma bonding from that fight.
Wonderful. That's pretty close bonding.
Aria, do you keep all of your items on you?
Yes.
Okay. It's about this time that like there's a crew of guards that are just like slumping by, like tired from the day of work, and one of them stops at the table and looks down at you, Aria, and goes, "What's that?" and points down to some compartment you have, like whether it's a satchel that you usually keep on you or some kind of like large area on your clothes where you might have strapped your cup that you took 2 days ago. They don't quite, it's not very, you can't really tell that it's the cup, but it's still like underneath a cloth and jutting out of your leg a little bit.
Just my bag. What's the problem?
No, not the bag. And he goes to like touch where that lump is.
Excuse me, sir.
I take a step back and be like, can you
Stands up.
point?
Yeah, I can point, and points at that like area down there. So I
want to look at.
I'm just trying to do a drive-by, okay? I'm just trying to make sure that you guys aren't doing anything, uncouth.
How are the other guards reacting to this?
The other two like started to walk forward and turn around and just like lazily, like one of them has the helmet underneath the hand, the other one has the helmet on, but the one with the helmet underneath the hand is just looking at him like, just like staring at him like, come on, like you don't need to shake down everybody.
And I guess I would keep like most of my stuff all like near there.
Mhm.
Can I just pull out like my little like lyre and be like, is this what you're looking for? And then
Okay.
just like
Go and make a deception check for me.
Sometimes musicians are really unfairly targeted. I get the same thing.
what kind of check?
Deception, please.
Ooh, I got a 21.
Oh yeah. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long day of work. I must be seeing things," and kind of walks away.
You must be a fan of Barnabas. It's okay. We understand that with time, our musical expertise will become more apparent.
Yeah, I'll pluck a few strings on my lyre and be like, hope this picks up your day, and send him on his way.
He just kind of like is embarrassed more than anything that he tried to catch you, but you didn't have anything.
It's that guy. As soon as they leave, I'm going to turn
they
to them.
leave.
It's that guy. He somehow has charmed the guards with his mediocre music, and it's truly appalling. Did you notice how they singled you out?
This is an attack on other bards everywhere.
I'm not sure how he's charmed them. It must be that stupid clique that like works with them with information or something. Like, I swear.
Yeah, and you do notice, Aria, that after those guards leave you a little bit, that your hand starts to like really hurt and like warm up again.
I'm feeling that same warm pain that I think we've all felt at some point. Just, I don't understand what could have just caused it.
Strange. Is Samuel still in the room?
Yeah, it's actually funny you bring that up. So you just see like if you like look around the room to see Samuel like hops up in his chair a little bit, like surprised, and like looks out towards like where the doors are to leave, and then gets up and sprints out and goes out to the front door.
Wait, is Samuel he's like in league with the
He works
that
with
third clique?
No, he works with the unknown. He said that like if you want anything to read his book or anything, you have to go through Galtia. Or not Galtia, Urang.
Right, okay.
But he like gets excited and immediately leaves. You hear some kind of like music outside, but it doesn't sound like Barnabas.
Oh,
All
good.
right. I'm curious what that sound is. Shall we
Yeah,
go check it out?
Galene, we haven't heard this before. Do you want to go check out what
Yes.
music this is?
Definitely.
All right, so if you guys head out, if you all get up and head out to the main area, you see when you first walk out, the open area is pretty large. It's a pretty large like meeting ground for the work to be told you guys at the beginning of the day. But there's a small group of people kind of all standing in the middle. Emerald is like a couple steps away from that group in the middle and is like stretching or something, like moving moving her arms kind of like weird. And you see Samuel, you see Otis, the drunken dwarf, who is currently drunk, just kind of like trying to stand, but like watching. Antiope, the one that you just met, Galene, with the white dress, and Bulgrush, the dwarf that got beat up by Kinley yesterday at the fighting rings, and they're all just like staring at Emerald. And there's two guards kind of pretty far back from Emerald with their backs up against the wall, the coal yard wall, staring at the back of Emerald. And Emerald has like this box next to her, and it's playing music. It's going, and Emerald goes, "All right, everybody, are you ready?" And kind of puffs up her chest a little bit, and they all kind of step away from her in a line, and she starts leading them through a jazzercise routine on the middle of the dance floor. Samuel is just elated, so excited to do this jazzercise routine with the other two. Otis is falling over himself, trying to do it along with everybody, but can't quite do it. And Emerald is really proud and standing tall and leading them through this jazzercise routine.
Love this so much.
I don't understand this place.
Yes,
We need to get out of here.
every day I think we knew what's going on, and then something weird happened, and I just
Every day is a new trial and tribulation.
I'm not going to survive this one, guys. I'm not.
You stray farther from God.
A little bit of time goes by, and you see the two guards that were behind Emerald, watching them, kind of start to in their head. You can see that they're kind of following along. They're starting to do it too, at their post, trying to join along with everybody. That's it. They're just doing the jazzercise routine.
Okay.
You see the moaner at one point kind of walk over and start to kind of try to do one of the moves and go, "Ugh," and turns around and goes back to their cell in cell C.
Me too.
Do you think we should participate, any of us?
I want nothing to do with this.
Let's do it.
Oh,
We'll
no.
clearly be the best.
I mean, I could go for some exercise right now. This
You
doesn't
guys.
seem like the worst way.
I'll just stand on the side with Ray.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not dancing, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, that's right. I have to do this with disadvantage. Oh no.
Oh, that was so good.
Wait, but you're dancing. I dragged you over there, right?
No.
12.
11.
12, 11, and 11. Yeah, I mean, they seem to be pretty into it. They're focusing on the dance moves and stuff. It's, not too bad. You do notice that, Antiope is not taking it super seriously, but is enjoying and laughing along with Otis not being able to stand up. Bulgrush is very
Are we
serious.
going real hard at this, trying to perfect the jazzercise? I think Aria would probably be giving it her all. She didn't work hard today, so it's okay.
It's up to you guys. Yeah, after another 10 minutes or so, it's a long session, and Emerald's all right, guys, just remember that routine, and we're gonna do it better tomorrow, and finishes the box and picks it up and immediately walks over to the guards. The guard sees the box, and the guards both leave with the box. They don't let Emerald keep the box.
I lean over to Cookie and just say, I know we had our differences on land, working for opposite businesses and all, but I'm really glad you're here right now.
Aye, same. Kindred soul here.
Aria's gonna walk back over to the group, wiping her head, be like, "That wasn't half bad. That's not a bad way to work out. I've never really done one of these before. I could probably get into this."
I can literally think of no worse way to work out.
Fun to watch.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Evelyn, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, man. Ooh. Ah, my first one was so good. Wisdom 4.
Okay.
Am I getting
is
up
there-
for dissing jazzercise?
Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Everyone's kind of dispersing and going among their business in the middle of the floor. You see Samuel and Antiope picking up Otis after he passed out after the workout and are starting to drag him back to his cell.
I think I want to ask Emerald, why do they take the music box every time? Is music the only thing that box does?
You asked Emerald that?
Mm-hmm. Emerald's the one that gets it going, right?
Mm-hmm. Emerald's kind of huffing a little bit, and she's like, you know what? I've never asked. They're the ones who usually turn on the music when they bring it down here, so I've never really touched the box other than giving it back to them. I can't complain. It's what I used to do back home. I used to run a little, workout facility.
Oh, okay. Were they bringing the box down here for music before, and then you started doing the dance, or did you learn about the box and then they started bringing it?
Go and make an insight check for me.
Oh, I got an 18.
Yeah, you notice that it immediately becomes very reserved and very, very careful with her words. Almost to the point where you can kind of feel her back off from you a little bit. And she's like, they knew a little bit about, what I like. It goes up the grapevine a little bit. People talk, and they heard that I like to exercise, and they offered it to me, and I just took it up one day.
Oh, okay. That sounds really nice. I'm happy they did that for you.
Honestly, me too. I mean, you obviously can tell that a lot of people, I mean, not everybody, which I wish there were more, but a lot of people do like to do it with me.
Yeah, no, I thought this was a great class. If I can, I'll come back tomorrow. I think you did a great job.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing it tomorrow too.
All right. Well, I'll catch you later.
All right, bye.
Get some rest. I know that I'm a little bit tired, so I'm sure you are.
She starts to head to the social hall, and as she's heading to the social hall, you see Purnima, the red tiefling with the long horns, outside of cell A, with his back to the door of cell A, and he follows Emerald and goes and nods his head, and then goes into cell A pretty quickly after Emerald passes by.
What is going
Well,
on?
that was interesting.
That was not undercover at all. That was very overt. They didn't care that exchange happened in front of everybody.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that was really interesting. It seems that the guards knew about Emerald enough to offer the music box to her. So it seems a little fishy that it wasn't just a coincidence.
What is this place?
Perhaps the guards know more about us than they let on there.
Yeah.
Anyways, how are we getting out of here?
Yeah, let's see.
What is this
Well-
favor that Urang wants of us?
I think we should go. Well, I think I should go investigate that, or we should all somehow investigate that portal or that hole in the ground there, and that's perhaps we could do it.
You do recall Urang invited all of you to get a gauge on everybody in your group to come get the
That's
pins
true.
from him.
That's true. We could all just go under the guise of joining his group and see what we can see when we're there.
I like that idea. I'd rather have more people to take cover on, away from any dangers that might pop out from seeing that hole.
Do we know if it's expressly forbidden that you can't be in two groups?
Why would
No one
be
has
two-
specifically asked. No, none of the group leaders or anything like that.
All right, so I will go.
I've already joined. So should I do something else? Is there something else we need?
I don't think so. Let's just go talk to Urang.
Okay.
Okay. You guys all head into cell hall A.
Yep.
All right. You guys approach cell hall A right after this interaction between Emerald and, I'm spacing his name, Purnima. And Purnima heads inside, and you guys pretty shortly after headed down hall A. When you guys open up the door to hall A, you see Purnima standing down towards the end of the hall, and like just staring down the hall, and you see him kind of lean over and hit something or someone off to the side as you guys are approaching down the hall towards them. But you notice that there's nobody else really in the cells leading up to Urang's cell. Approaching Urang's cell, you see Urang. You see, you obviously see Purnima. You don't see Antiope, Samuel, or Otis. Who else did you see? Oh, you see Galtia. They're all inside of the cell, and they're all just kind of like, they all just like are sitting down from something and just like leaning up against the wall. So, I'm glad you guys decided to show up. I appreciate you guys coming by. Did you guys like the jazzercise session out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Certainly something new and exciting, I guess, in some way.
That's just what Emerald likes to do every middle of the week for three days in a row.
So I chatted with the rest of the group here, and we've all sort of unanimously decided that we want to work with you. So we come by to formally announce that to you.
Okay. You, and he like gestures over to Evelyn. What you got? Kind of leans in close to like analyze you.
I will use minor illusion. Make a small puppy dog appear in my hands.
Oh, is it a scroochy? Oh wait, hold.
It's not real, but
I knew that. That's pretty good. Anything beyond parlor tricks that you know?
I've killed a man.
That's good. All right, you. And like immediately goes over and points at Aria.
As they're talking, I'm gonna try to like mage hand something out of his pocket to kind of like try to reveal it later on when it comes to me.
Okay, go ahead and make 2 sleight of hand checks for me.
2 sleight of hands.
Yes.
That is 18. And that is a 15.
Not bad.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
4.
4. You find a letter, a sealed letter, in
Sealed.
his pocket.
Okay. I sash it away, waiting for him to point to me.
Okay. It's like a wax sealed letter, so there's like a wax seal on the back of it. The wax seal is the seal of the unknown that you would have seen from Galene. He like points like, okay, like immediately after you said you killed a man, he goes, okay, and immediately goes to Aria and points at Aria. How about you? What do you got?
I pull out my lute. Like, I do music stuff.
Music stuff, huh?
I
If somebody says that they're going to, I don't know, raid one of our cells in the middle of the night, and you overhear it, what do you do?
I think that's easy. I come find you and let you know.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good to know. And then like kind of sits back in his seat in a little bit and goes, you! And then like gets up and raised face and is like, what do you have? I think I've already seen what you have, but what do you have?
Ray just smiles and just silently holds up the letter. Something of yours.
Oh, like looks over at Purnima, and Purnima's like, "Ugh," and like puts up his hands like he didn't see it, and like snatches it out of your hands as he's like staring at Purnima and like shakes his head at Purnima and puts it away.
I didn't open it because I respect your privacy.
Well, I appreciate it. You must have not had it for long. I just got. Well, anyway, so like looks around to the group. And he's like, "You're already in, and you're the one with all the initiative. You're the leader, huh?" And like looks at Cookie.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the leader. I just, I really hate being on the ship, so I'm gonna, my motivation is sometimes makes me do things, but
That's
Ray just
fair.
nods.
Yeah.
Our interests are aligned.
our interests are all aligned. I wouldn't say I'm a leader.
That is fair. All right. Well, you guys have won me over. I do need to know one thing first. And he like takes a hard glance at everybody. Other than us, who do you trust most on this boat? Other than us. Other than yourself, you snarky one. Starting with you! And he like points at Galene.
Other than all of us in the
Yes.
room.
Other than us in the room.
Galtia.
He looks over at Galtia, and Galtia's like, I guess
He's not in the room.
He,
Wait, he was in the
yeah,
room?
he was one of the people that were helping. Yeah, in the situation. Sorry, it's
Oh.
Galtia, Pernima, and Urang in the room.
Emerald?
Emerald is not in the room. Emerald went to the social hall. Emerald, and then Samuel, Otis, and Antiope went into the other room. Trust.
I
is
guess
a
I already
hard...
answered.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you go with this one. How about you? And he goes up to Cookie. Who do you trust most out of everyone, and why? You can give me a reason why. If you still don't fully trust them, I understand that. I just need to know that you have your eyes out.
I did battle with Kinley, right? Or who did I do battle with?
Kinley.
Yes, I did battle with Kinley, and I believe they are a worthy opponent, and I respect that.
Good. Looks over at Evelyn. How about you?
Sure if I trust anyone else just yet.
Okay. And you? Looking over at Aria.
I'd probably have to say the person in the cell next to mine, Val. They've told me to be careful, and I mean that's really all I can appreciate.
Interesting. You're next to Val, huh?
Yep.
And you want to be under the unknown. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. You might not know this yet. It's a little secret. But Val is kind of an important woman in this vessel, and she's got some pull and tug, and she's got her little minions underneath her, which is fine. She's got her own prerogative. I just want to know, has she tried to pull on any of your strings yet?
We've talked a few times, but I haven't gotten any directions from her yet.
Okay. Well, it's fine. We do work with her on some occasions. She's got a really good pull access for finances somehow. Still don't know how yet. She doesn't work with the guards.
She does have a very fancy room. I haven't seen any rooms as nice as hers since I've been on the boat.
Yeah, and she's been here for a while, I guess, too. I'm not exactly sure why. She's been on, I think, like 13 trips, something like that. I haven't got all the information yet. I'm still working things out on why, but I do work with her whenever we need to get some resources that we can't get elsewhere. And he actually gestures over to the hatch on the ground.
Did I just?
That's where the resources come from. Okay.
Wait, what?
That's where resources come from?
It's where some of them come from, yes. And Pernim is just and kind of sinks down in his chair a little bit.
That's curious. So you actually have some contact outside this ship here?
Yes. We're trying to work on, like I told you already, straightforward, a way to get out of here. But with the group comes group responsibility, and we're trying to ensure the same situation for everybody. We can't shove everybody through this tiny little hole. And when he lifts up the hatch a little bit, it is full of water. Whereas if you guys know that your guys' hatches have no water in it at all.
So this leads directly outside of the ship, huh?
I mean, yes, yeah, we've got some way of just pushing packages through the water, and it brings it up to us. So
How big is the hole?
the hole is about yours and Evelyn's and Aria's shoulder widths, but it's like shoulder widths wide, and it's like a boxy, so you don't know if it curves, and it's hard to get anywhere else in it to it. But Cookie and Ray are a little bit stockier, a little bit more muscular, that they might not be able to fit through it.
Well, you didn't ever ask me, but if it's a straight path, I'm very good at breathing underwater.
That's awesome. And I think we've had Samuel also offer to go down in it, but I'm not doing that yet. We don't know what's on the outside, and I mean we kind of do. We have a little bit of information coming from the outside, but it seems like the people on the outside are still withholding information from us. Maybe so they get what they want out of this exchange. I'm not exactly sure. But we trust the oceans, and the oceans have never let us down.
Well, the ocean is the only thing that you should trust, so that's a smart decision.
I think I like you.
I think I like you too.
How many trips have you been on, Orang?
That's not something I disclose. I apologize.
Ray looks a little uneasy with the hole in the water.
Evelyn, go and make a perception check for me.
Can I inch closer to the hole and look at it?
Yeah, you look down the hole and it looks nice and frothy, like some good old seawater.
1.
1? All right. You see Galene staring at a hole. All right.
Love that for her.
I appreciate you guys and your forthrightness going through my interview process. Now, I will warn you guys, some of these other groups out here are a little bit touchy on people who work with us. So make sure that you're very forthcoming with the information if they ask you if you're working with us, because they don't believe in the same manner that we are trying to get off this vessel. They're trying in their own ways. We're trying in our ways. I think my way is obviously the best way, and that's why I'm considered the leader, or whatever you want to call it. He like gestures to Cookie in the same manner that Cookie responded as he's the leader, but he's not. That's just what Urang perceives.
Is that the ultimate goal of all of all of these groups, is finding their own way to get off the boat?
You know, I don't really understand the Golden Seal very well. They're the ones that I know the least about. Golden Seal, you guys would remember, is the Barnabas's little posse.
Well, I don't really trust that Barnabas fellow. He seems to be a little two-faced. I don't like that he's so close with the guards.
That's how he has his in.
Rather special treatment.
Yeah. Hey, they don't even hide it either. Sometimes I catch them just talking right behind the coal yard. Just talking to the guards, straight up right.
Plus his crew.
Behind the coal yard, you say?
Yeah, there's like that back corner.
Do you know any other spots that they like to chat?
In Grayson's shop. They do like to go to Grayson's shop as well.
What are your thoughts on Grayson?
Grayson really has no allegiances to anybody. He's very about the business. He's not even a prisoner. He works for the boat. He's been here as long as anyone else has been here. He also looks the same the day that he came in here that he does now. I trust him, though. He's got pretty rough rates, but I still trust him. That's why we don't really deal with him, and we deal with these guys instead, just straight into the hole.
So what's the closest that you're getting to figuring out your plan to get off of this ship? Are we climbing things? Are we finding a hole?
The hole is definitely not the way to go. I mean, we almost lost Samuel. We're not doing that again. So.
Can Samuel breathe underwater?
Yeah, Samuel can breathe underwater, but apparently something happened in the hole and he had to quickly come back. He's still traumatized about it to this day and he won't talk about it, but we're not doing the hole. That's final. I'm not risking Samuel. Yeah, go ahead.
Is there anything you need from us that'll help you?
He kind of leans in a little bit and he's like, I've got two theories. I've got one theory, how these guards keep popping up in random places. I think there's different ways around this boat that isn't easily seen by the eye. So if you guys could find those passages, that would help out a lot. And also, I kind of think that main gate area might actually be a way out. That main gate area might have a couple defenses on it, but if we can get through those defenses, then I'm pretty sure we could just charge our way onto the main deck of the boat.
Okay. Say we were happened to come in some information about some entrances to the passages and ways to get through that gate. What would your plan be next? Just head out on the main deck or do you have any contacts on the outside waiting to get you out of here?
The contact conversation, I will limit it from you guys knowing, but we are in an agreement that there is going to be an exchange of some sort. So we see their mission through, they'll see us through, getting us all the rest of the way that we get stuck at on this vessel.
I see. And what are do you know what they're looking for?
I do.
Would you share that with us?
Can I inch a little closer to the hole?
Yeah, you're like right above the hole. No one seems to be guarding the hole at all.
You're going in that hole.
Want to.
It calls. It beckons.
It's the ocean.
So I just sort of give like a knowing look to everybody, and especially Evelyn. You know, sort of like, you know, because we know about the passages and we know about the passes to get past certain magical barriers. But I didn't want to like throw that out there just yet in case we, you know, decide to do something different. But I'll just give like a knowing look to everyone, being like, okay, it's good to know.
It's about this time that you see like Purnima get like a little uneasy and kind of like stand up really quickly and kind of like look down the hall. You hear like the set of doors open up from down the hall, and you hear like shuffling of feet, like it's almost like a fight or a hustle going down. What would you guys like to do? Purnima's like staying in the cell, but kind of also like looking down the hall a little bit.
I'll walk down there.
Anyone else going?
So hi, it's me, Mark, MookDubs. I do Magic the Gathering skits and content on TikTok mostly and share it elsewhere. And then I'm also on YouTube at Spicy Play, where I bring guests on, like our DM here, to eat hot peppers and do deck techs.
Go ahead and describe your character for me as well.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm stoked to be here. This is like the second time I've done D&D, so I just want to thank everybody for, one, putting up with me, and as I try to figure this out on the fly, and then I'm just glad to be here. But yeah, as we were kind of starting, I am Novu. I am a fairly large Tabaxi male, with mostly black but with spots of white fur. You can clearly see scars from battle across his face, including one large one down the side of his eye, which is covered with an eye patch. His other eye is a very bright, piercing greenish color. He has more of like a proper demeanor and stance. You know, he's wearing clothes that are clearly more well kept than the other officers and people you've seen as of late. There's armor that's a little more regal, with bits of gold and silver, and you can also make out a sorry, I took down my notes, a purple flower on the armor. Across his chest and his armor is also like a very more proper white garment, clearly of a nicer make. Doesn't look like something that even someone at his rank should own. And while it's very high quality material, it's clearly poorly stitched together with patches from other things poorly stitched on to keep it nice and together, as, you know, clearly something that's important. And I clearly a big ass anime greatsword hanging on his back. Also currently in his mouth is a lit cigar that is kind of wearing its way down to the end of it. And yeah, I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, and in front of this daunting, massive tabaxi at the end of the hall, you see two individuals that have been bound and gagged, thrown down at his feet. Very clearly, you guys can see one individual is in guard apparel with a helmet off. It's a human male with his head straight up, and there's a scar down his eye. This is the same guard that you are familiar with in certain interactions throughout your time. You've seen this tabaxi injure this individual before. And to the other side of this individual, you see another bound and gagged, not moving elven figure with purple and black through their hair, laying down on the ground in what appears to be black leather armor with just like a big cape billowing behind their back on the ground. Coming in after this Tabaxi is two other normal guards, one of them with a spear and one of them with nothing. The one with nothing has the gold trim, and the one with the spear has the blue trim, accompanying this individual. And that is actually where we're going to take a break today. So we're going to have a quick 10-minute break, and then we're going to jump right back into the next session.
So I've got a question. Is this character designed after your actual cat?
Yeah, I was hoping that she was still going to be on my lap when I did it, and then she left, and then she just hopped back on.
Cats for you.
Yeah, she's already leaving.
I've ever seen.
She'll be back.